You are listening to the Maple Footy Podcast, the unofficial football podcast of the North. I'm your host, Sam Little. Find me on socials at SamLittle44 and the podcast at Maple Footy Pod. And now there's nothing left to say except for sit back, enjoy, and welcome to the show.
Hello, and welcome back to the Maple Footy Podcast, where we are the unofficial football podcast of the North, which feels right today because we are talking about the North, more specifically the Canadian men's national team. And joining me once again is my buddy John.
Hello.
And yeah, we talk a lot about the Canadian men's national team because we're both obviously Canadian and and soccer fans.
Oh yeah.
And this is probably a long time coming where we just kind of sit here. And I wanted to do this because we're less than a year from the World Cup now. It is August 2025. The World Cup starts in June of 2026.
Time flies.
It truly does. We are less than a year out. That is absurd to me. But I just kind of wanted to bring you on because I'm a lot of the time when I'm talking about Canada, I'm alone, and I wanted to kind of bring someone else on to see if opinions kind of are the same or different or what. I feel like there's going to be some similarity. But yeah, I just want to talk about some concerns, but also some hopeful points, I guess. I guess. There's nothing to be hopeful about. No,
Maple Footy is a positive podcast.
Maple Footy is nothing but doom and despair. I guess start off with some concerns that we've had. Where do we even start?
The midfield.
The midfield is our weakest spot, I think.
I think there's two ways to look at it. I think, and I mean, they kind of work in tandem, which is funny because I'm about to argue against why working in pairs of two is not great.
Yeah.
But you can look at the players, but you can also look at the formation.
Yeah.
The 4-4-2 is so outdated.
It just is. Especially how our wingers play. Like, Tajon Buchanan, Jacob Schaffelberg, they track back, yes.
Yeah.
But not to an extent of where it's like they're definitely making up for the fact that we don't have two central midfielders.
And you don't want, I mean, Schaff I get. Schaff can run. I mean, not to say Tajon can't, but like, Schaff can run.
Schaff is a major concern for me, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, we will talk about him later. And I love and respect, but yeah. I just think once again, no disrespect to the players, I don't think we have the quality for a midfield too.
We just don't. I mean, I don't want to say it's not disrespectful because I guess in a sense it is, but like,
it's a fact.
Okay, Stefan Eustáquio, you know if he's healthy, he's going to be starting.
Yeah.
You just know.
Yeah.
So then that leaves one other spot for Kone, Chouanier, Saliba, Osorio. I'm missing one for sure. I had them all in my head, and now I'm missing one. But regardless.
I think it's also, we have too many.
Seager was the other one.
Yeah. He could, I mean, he's kind of getting the Kimmich treatment where we took a good midfielder and we said, all right, buddy,
get ready to learn right back.
But it's, I think it's also, we have far too many quality players to be playing a midfield too.
Absolutely.
And you look at the best nations in the world, even historically, have just stopped that. Like you could argue a player like a prime N'Golo Kante I feel like you could argue could do well in a midfield too, just because he was everywhere.
Yeah.
But why would you when you can run three?
Yeah. And he's the exception. He's not the rule. Right.
How many
N'Golo Kantes are out? I mean, N'Golo Kante hasn't been replaced within the French national team, and that's the French national team.
Yeah, they are calling up Saudi Kante.
Yeah. Like,
and he's
literally
doing bids.
Yeah, like quite literally. So, like, I have long maintained, and as I've talked about on the podcast and with you, our midfield is always overrun.
Exactly.
It just is. It was overrun outside of that amazing Honduras game. It was overrun in the Gold Cup. No disrespect to that competition, but we were getting overrun in the Gold Cup. We will be playing some of the best come the World Cup, and we couldn't hang with Curacao and Guatemala. And our midfield, and look, I talk very highly of Saliba, the best Saliba in world football.
Yeah.
And I talk very highly of him.
No debate.
No debate either. He's young. He's not ready just yet to.
Yeah.
I do think he can grow into a great player. Don't get me wrong. And I think there is signs of a very good player there right now.
Well, he's already got his move and things are looking promising.
And Anderlecht is a great spot to be at. But, okay, can he general midfield by himself right now? I don't think so. Him and Seeger, they didn't really play a whole ton together in the Gold Cup. Then you had Schwanier and Seeger play together.
Yeah.
And they didn't, in my opinion, they weren't a good pairing in our midfield.
Yeah.
Kone wasn't really used in the Gold Cup, and Kone has, he had the season from hell last year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, literally before we record this, the video was released of his dust up with De Zerbi.
Yeah.
So we now know, I don't believe it was attitude problems with Kone.
Yeah.
I think it was a De Zerbi problem with Kone.
Dust up might even be a light phrase.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, De Zerbi
you couldn't
was.
hear half of that video.
Yeah, it was blanked out because of all the swearing by De Zerbi, and then Kone was asked to leave the pitch, and then he did leave the pitch, didn't say anything, and De Zerbi
Asked to call his agent.
yeah, unpromptly said, "Go call your agent."
Yeah.
So regardless, happy Kone has now moved on from Marseille.
Freedom.
My concern with Kone is, regardless of with Marseille or with Watford, or now he's gone to Sassuolo, we have yet to see him do it consistently. We have seen glimpses of a great player with supreme potential. I mean, that Copa run, I thought he was great.
Yeah, phenomenal.
And different spurts throughout his career, he's looked phenomenal. But he's never strung together like a great run. He has strung together a couple games, and then you don't really hear about him because he's not really doing much.
I know Watford fans had a lot to say about him when he got his move, and even seeing him at the Copa. But it's, and I don't want to disrespect the championship. I think it's a higher level than a lot of players will ever get to achieve.
Oh, yeah.
But you still want to see a player with that potential in a top 5 league doing well consistently, as you said.
Yeah.
And I think, I can't tell if it's the club form feeding into national form or vice versa. It just feels like he's a little hard done by for a player who's demonstrated so much ability. Like, absurd ability.
Absolutely. And I'm happy that he's going to Sassuolo. He's going to play if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
But it just brings me back to concerns in the midfield. So you're playing a 2, which is still dumb to me. I still think we are crying out for a midfield 3.
Yeah.
But you have a Kone who's out of form at the moment. Of course, anything can change in 10 months' time.
Yeah.
You have a Saliba who's going to now be readjusting to a new league, so we may not be seeing the best of Saliba. You have Schwanier, who couldn't crack it in Europe.
Yeah.
All due respect. And I'm a big anybody who's listening to the podcast knows, I think Schwanier, right now in form, is probably our best midfielder.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it in Europe, although that transfer does smell a little off to me, considering LAFC has ownership in Grasshoppers, and then he kind of just quietly didn't play for Grasshoppers, and then was sent out on loan with a minimal option to buy to LAFC. Something smells off there, but that's just a conspiracy theory on the Maple Footy podcast.
This seems to be a multi-episode thing where the multi-club ownership is really starting to stink up football generally.
Yeah, and prime example is like Schwanier just now.
Left
Montreal, finally gets to go to Europe, which he wanted to do. Doesn't really play or get a chance, and then quietly is shipped out to a club with the same ownership where he's going to be playing at LAFC. My concern is you have a bunch of guys that are kind of unproven at the moment.
Yeah.
Or aging, because Jonathan Osorio, I assume if he's healthy, he'll be at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's no longer a 90-minute a game at the high. He can do it in the MLS. No disrespect to the MLS. He can do it in the MLS. Can we have Jonathan Osorio out and playing against the best opposition for 90? I think you can definitely bring him off the bench, but
there's still a role for him.
Yeah, there's still a role. Yeah, exactly. And that's just another concern. So aging midfield, overrun midfield, unproven midfield, question marks around the midfield.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of where we're at with our midfield, I think. And I understand it's not like club football where you can just well, we like Cole Palmer. We're going to go sign Cole Palmer. You obviously can't do that, you know? Mm-hmm. But I do think we have midfielders at our disposal that can be used. Like, Samuel Piette has basically been shunned from the national team. He's not getting called up anymore.
Yeah.
And not that I think if we get Samuel Piette into the World Cup, we're winning the World Cup.
World Cup 2026, baby.
But I do think that there's a role for Samuel Piette, especially when you look and you go, our midfield looks overrun. We could use with like a proper defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
He's right there.
I think what concerns me is we have the players, we don't have the direction.
Yes.
Nothing's being done about it.
No, and it seems like, and I understand managers get their guys and they stick with their guys, but it feels like Jesse Marsch has gotten his guys, and these are now his guys, and we're probably not changing that.
Yeah.
You know, and once again, our midfield is our weakest spot, both in terms of depth and just on the pitch anyways, so you can't really blame him for that.
Yeah.
I just blame him in the sense of, like, the two isn't working. Mm-hmm. We need, in my opinion, obviously Jesse Marsch makes money to coach, so he obviously knows more than me. But it feels like a pretty big consensus around the team of two isn't enough. Like, especially when you're using wingers as your like outside midfielders.
Yeah.
It's not enough. And that, another concern it brings me to, our wingers. I am actually weirdly concerned about that.
I think we have one winger.
I think we have Tajon Buchanan.
Yes.
An informed Tajon Buchanan is, in my opinion, a top 5 player for us.
Yeah.
So as long as he stays fit and in form with Villarreal this season, I don't have many concerns with him. My concern is, of course, him staying fit and form, but we're going to act like everybody is fit and in form coming into this World Cup. Which obviously won't be the case, but, you know, just for argument's sake.
I am weirdly not concerned about his form. Mm-hmm. Safety. Fitness is always a concern with him.
Yeah.
I think he is a stellar player with a lot to work with.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, confidence, I think he'll do fine. I think he'll make it work. It's just, will he physically be there? For the World Cup. That's my one concern with him. And I just think our play on the left concerns me a lot.
That is, that's where we're getting.
Yeah.
So I've been critical on our left-hand side ever since Liam Miller went out. And I know I'm biased. I love Liam Miller.
Yeah.
So Jacob Schaffelberg, it seems like it's his spot to lose right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be his spot, period. Right now, if I was the head of the national team, Jacob Schaffelberg would be lucky to get a call up from me, because Jade Nelson is doing bits with the Whitecaps.
Yeah.
Before his injury, Ali Ahmed was having a good season with the Whitecaps. Mm-hmm. Tajon Buchanan, of course, if he's healthy, he's getting called regardless.
Getting called, he's starting.
Yeah, he's starting.
That's his spot.
Yeah, if Liam Miller was healthy, I think there's a debate, because he started the season with Hull amazingly.
Yeah. You just watch him and you see a player there. I think he is a player that needs that one piece for it to click, and then I think that there's a proper player there.
I think his end product needs work. Outside of that, I think he's a very good player. Maple Footy is the home of the Liam Miller Hive anyways. But my concern is, it feels like Jacob Schaffelberg, and I always feel like I'm going trashing Jacob Schaffelberg.
Yeah.
Like, I do think there's a player there. I just don't think post-Copa he has really warranted just being the guy. He's starting.
Yeah.
I don't think he's warranted that. And for me, that's a concern from management, because it's like, are you going to make the right calls going into this tournament of players that should or should not be starting?
Yeah.
Because his MLS form hasn't been great. His Canada form post-Copa hasn't been great. And the nail in the coffin for me was that red card against Guatemala. It was stupid.
I think you and I have had this talk a lot. I feel like it almost always gets brought up when we're talking about Schaffelberg.
Yeah.
He is a player to me that has a place in the national team, but he should be playing those last 25 minutes when we're up or looking to see out a draw, when we just need legs.
Yeah.
Because he can run, and he will run. It's just, I don't think he's a player you look towards as, this is your goal scorer, this is your creator.
Exactly.
This is your X factor.
He just, I feel just so disparaging, but he is a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
By God, he's good at that one trick.
Yeah. Great trick.
You saw it in the Gold Cup. The defenders could keep up with him, and he was pretty much a non-factor all tournament because he couldn't outrun them.
Yeah.
So he couldn't whip a good cross in or, get a goal because they could keep up with him. They could match him stride for stride, and he didn't know what to do. And that concerns me.
He feels like a fit in this 4-4-2 that isn't working.
Yeah.
And I think he still has a role as a defensive-minded attacker, if that makes sense. Like, just pressing.
Yeah, just press
against
the
him,
team.
You want him to press. You want him tiring out defenders, just anybody who's trying to keep up with him.
Yeah.
You don't need him to play well. You just need him to run.
No, exactly. And I don't... moving away from Schauberg, just because I don't want to sit here and trash him, because, like I said... I do think that there is a place for him, and I do think he has something to offer the national team. I just don't think at the moment he's showing it, and he hasn't shown it. And my concern lies with, will Jesse Marsch, in a sense, make the right call at the right time of, you know what, maybe X player, we're going to bring him, but I can't guarantee that he's going to get minutes.
And that's, I think, we're leading into the other topic of Marsch's decision-making within the national team.
Poor.
Yeah.
So far, he actually kind of like Jacob Schauberg. I feel like Jesse Marsch has lived off of that Copa America. If we were like an England or Italy, even I know Italy's going through a bad spell, but even like an Italy, a Germany, a top nation is what I'm getting at. Jesse Marsch wouldn't be our coach right now.
Not at all.
Because yes, that Copa exceeded expectations, and we've had this conversation before, and I've brought up on the podcast, but when you kind of look at it objectively, our Copa was kind of, and it kills me because it's been some of my favorite moments watching the sport. Our Copa was kind of luck of the draw a little bit.
1000%.
And I understand you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But okay, we lost to Argentina, and that I don't have an issue with. That is fair. Like, yes. Okay, we go to Peru, and we barely get the job done.
Yeah.
Then we do just enough to get a draw against Chile to get us out of the group.
Yeah.
And then it was...
an out-of-form Chile. Like, they did not look good.
No, they didn't at all.
That was not a testament. I think at the time, it seemed like a testament towards our ability, but in hindsight, knowing what we know now, it really wasn't.
It was we ran into Chile at the right time.
Like a very wounded age Chile.
Yeah. And then it was Venezuela in the quarterfinals. That game went to penalties, and we win. That game should have never went to penalties.
I agree. The penalties were very fun to watch, but we just
not in the moment, but
but we just should not have been there. We should have seen that out.
Yeah, that game should have been many more goals than it was, which is another concern, us not scoring. But we'll get to that as well.
Yeah.
And then we meet Argentina in the semis once again, probably not expecting to win that.
Yeah.
And then Uruguay. I think we could have beat Uruguay in the third place game.
I agree.
And then we kind of just don't. And
I think we need to, like you alluded to it, Marsch's selections have been odd, and I understand wanting to give players either debuts or experience. But I think in hindsight that Uruguay game we should have started our guys.
Yeah. And that just comes down to selection from Marsch, where I don't have the faith, and I'm going to bring up more talking points here because our Gold Cup just concluded. I mean, not just, it's been a couple weeks now. But we have a guy who has 24 goals in a league title-winning season in Belgium. And he got pity minutes in the Gold Cup. And, of course, I am talking about Promise David, just in case you don't know. You have to capitalize on a guy in that form. He could be a one-season wonder. We don't know. At the moment, though, he, outside Jonathan David, he is our best striker in current form. And he was getting pity minutes for what reason?
I confuses me too because, admittedly, I can't remember the name of the competition we set up.
Canadian Shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But he started that hot.
Yeah.
He came in. What was it? 2 goals, 2 games, or 2 goals, 3 games.
In his first 2 caps, he got, because I think his first cap was the Canadian Shield. He got one against Ukraine, and then the first game of the Gold Cup, he got a goal. He was literally 2 goals in 2 games.
He started off hot.
Yeah.
Like, he looked great, and then he just kind of disappeared, apparently.
Yeah,
Marsh
we just
did
stopped.
not use him.
And that's where I'm kind of like, is Justin Marsh going to make the right calls at the right times? Because, look, I think there's a spot, maybe, for a Tani Oluwaseyi. I just find I've been critical and given him praise at times.
Yeah.
I think there's a play. I've compared him to Darwin Nunez on a different level, of course. But
a higher level.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He does all the right things.
Yeah.
Except for the finish. Mm-hmm. And coming into a World Cup, you need a guy that's going to do all the right things and the finish.
Well, I think about the Gabriel Jesus speech a lot, where he talks about how some of his weaknesses are finishing.
Yeah.
You're a striker.
You're a striker. That's your bread and butter.
And Tanny confuses me because you'll see highlights. I don't watch a lot of MLS. Completely honest.
Yeah.
You'll see some highlights where he's pulling out phenomenal finishes. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you're capable of that as a player.
Yeah.
It's clearly not luck because I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, why in the national team can you not replicate this?
What's like you can against Guatemala? Mm-hmm. Respectfully to Guatemala.
Yeah. And then you have to look at the manager and go, well, he's showing you that he hasn't been able to replicate that.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be given these chances all the time. When you have a guy like a Promise, even, I know I'll get shot for saying this, but even a guy like Kyle Larin, who I know he's probably past his best now at this point.
Yeah.
I still have more faith in like a Kyle Larin than I do in some of our other guys, because I feel like he can do it still.
Well,
whereas other guys,
I've seen it.
Yeah. Whereas with other guys, it's like, can he do it? With Kyle Larin's kind of like, can he still do it?
Yeah.
And I know that that's not much different, but to me there is a little bit of a difference.
I agree, but it's also, we shouldn't even have to worry about that. We have a guy who just ended a 90-year title drought.
Yeah.
I think it was more.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah. Start him. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, even if he's a one-season wonder and he's never going to replicate this again, who cares? Start him for the Gold Cup.
Yeah, you have him now.
You have him right now. The best nations in the world capitalize on a guy having a one-season wonder.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying that he will be. I'm just saying, it's always a possibility when someone lights it up like that out of nowhere.
Well, worst case, it just looks like a really funny random call-up in a couple years.
Yeah, it's just like, Promise David, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then you look into it and you're like, we got 24 goals. What?
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case. I hope we have
I
hope he goes on the same career trajectory as like a Jonathan David.
Mm-hmm. I think he will. I have faith.
I have faith in him too. But yeah, I'm just concerned. And that, since we're kind of talking about strikers, it concerns me our finishing badly. We've obviously talked about some of the culprits like Tanny. Even Kyle Larin has been wasteful. Jonathan David isn't as wasteful as the others, but sometimes Jonathan David has one of those games where it's like he can't hit a barn door from 2 yards away.
Yeah.
Those are becoming fewer and further between. Daniel Jebison is a pretty big unknown, I would say.
I think I'm hoping he can pull it together before the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't even really a concern because I think he will. I just worry it's going to be the year after.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
When will he do it? Because obviously, I feel like, he's been around since he was like, he's only like 21 or 22, and he's been around since he was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Which is absurd. Mm-hmm. So obviously, there's a player there.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of like him stringing it together, and I think a loan move, which he has now gotten to Preston, I think that is beneficial. I'll be interested to see how he adapts in that league.
I really hope I feel weird just saying this as a person. I hope the decision making improves a lot because you can see the dribbling, the control.
Yeah.
It's just, it seems like he's taking too many touches when it's not that he can't, he just doesn't need to be.
Yeah, like you can see the technical ability there. It's just kind of like, okay, now like pass the ball or shoot the ball or pick the pass kind of thing.
And it's, I understand some players don't have the ability, but he clearly does.
Yeah, he does.
You have the space, shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball or lay it off, man, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that could just come with more experience. Like, this lone move could do him wonders.
I think it will.
And I hope it does. And, yeah, just because in a World Cup, you need guys that are going to score a goal.
You need...
Outside of Jonathan David, who are we counting on for... Like, consistently who we're counting on for a goal?
Yeah, you at that point, you're relying on, like an kind of injury questionable, questionable Tajon Buchanan.
Yeah.
And, like, you have so many strikers, so why are we relying on a guy we're playing as, like, a right mid?
Yeah, literally, because we know that Marsh isn't going to be playing further up.
Yeah.
He'll be playing him as that right mid. And that... Going back to squad selection, because now it's just reminded me. Why are we bringing 5 strikers?
We're going to play, like, 1.5.
Yeah, we're playing, like, 1.5. Why are we bringing 5?
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, you know, bringing some guys in case of injury. Do we need 5 strikers when other areas on the pitch need more depth and backup?
Yeah.
Like, defense, midfield. Like, do we need 5, straight up 5 strikers? Like, it's not like, oh, we have 3 strikers and 2... No, we have 5 strikers coming up from the Gold Cup. I'm sorry, that is overkill to me. And that, once again, falls at the feet of the manager.
Yeah.
Another thing that concerns me, that should not concern me, and I feel like we've had this conversation, our goalkeeping.
Yeah.
It concerns me, but it shouldn't.
We have the guy.
We have the guy. It's Maxime Crepeau.
It is.
It just is. And I do rate Dane St. Clair as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He has been, at worst, top 3 MLS goalkeepers this season. Like, he has been very, very good.
Yeah.
He has not replicated at Canadian level, in my opinion, ever when he's been given the chance.
Yeah, I agree.
The Nations League, I think maybe that result might have been different against Mexico. Crepeau's in that. I don't know. Maybe that's harsh. But away from that, the Gold Cup, he was not good. Yeah, he didn't fill me with great confidence in the Gold Cup. I don't know.
Not at all.
I have compared it multiple times of, like, Crepeau, you just feel the difference when he's in net. You feel more safe with Crepeau.
If I can compare it to another goalkeeper, this is a very similar position. I can't speak as much on his club career, but Ochoa of Mexico, you could tell that when an international competition was coming up, he was tapped in. I don't know what got into that man, but he was a brick wall.
Yeah, I just remember, like, always watching Ochoa, like, especially that 2014 World Cup. It was like, this guy's so clearly, obviously, the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
And then you like look into where he's playing and who he's playing with, and it's like, oh, he's not even the first choice as what?
Yeah.
It's very strange.
And I think we need to learn from that, because you and I watched the penalties.
Sadly.
It was
post-forged crash out, as you so eloquently put it.
Yeah, it's just, usually we go to penalties with Crepeau, I feel almost excited, because I know he's going to make it look good.
Yeah.
St. Clair is a good goalkeeper, just not for us.
I mean, that's fair. Like, he has made some big saves, and I know everybody will bolster his clean sheets and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But when you actually look at the games in which he got clean sheets, and he was not tested a whole ton.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it feels like when you need a goalkeeper to step up, you want Crepeau.
That is my opinion, because we've now seen it multiple times, whether it's in penalties or in game. Some of the saves Crepeau made at the Copa, like, we don't make it as far as we do without Crepeau. Just straight up. Like, some of those saves he made was insane. And then, you know, Dane St. Clair, yes, he did make some big saves in the Gold Cup, but then it comes down to penalties, and he has yet to save a penalty for Canada.
Yeah.
And I know the goalkeeper isn't usually, like, the expectation isn't usually for the goalkeeper to save. It's just kind of like, hope for the best, buddy.
just like you don't blame your goalkeeper, but if you watch that game, there are 3 saves.
There's 3 save penalties that he has to make, and he doesn't make a single one.
Like gloves on the ball, leg on the ball, and he's just letting it through.
Yeah, you have to say, especially in a knockout competition. I mean, I know the Gold Cup is a varying degree to the World Cup, but a knockout competition, you have to do that. You have to make that save, and he doesn't make that save. And to me, I'm just like, maybe Crepeau does, maybe he doesn't. But to me, I feel like you've seen enough of both of them now at the international level where it's like, Crepeau needs to be our starting goalkeeper. And I don't even think it's close. Like, I don't even think it's a debate.
I just don't even know why they're even... Like, it's just, we've seen Sinclair so much. I don't know why they're experimenting. We've seen it not work with him.
Yeah.
Flip it around.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity, so why not explore?
No, exactly. Like, now, it kills me because now we're out of competitive competitions now until the World Cup.
Yeah.
So friendlies are good because at least we can experiment, but it's not the same level of intensity. It's really, like, our friendlies, while we have scheduled a lot of good friendlies, it's still not that same intensity of a tournament competition. Whereas at least with the friendlies, we can experiment a little bit, but now we can't be experimenting either, though, because it's like, come the next window of internationals, which is September.
Yeah.
We're 9 months from the World Cup.
Yeah.
You cannot be experimenting 9 months before a World Cup.
Exactly. Like, at that point, you're supposed to be fine-tuning little things. Like, you have your starting 11, and you're working on little things that they might not be the best at.
Yeah. And,
but
like, if a guy comes along, you give him a shot and see what he can do.
But it's really concerning because the squad feels super turbulent, except for maybe, like, our left and right back.
Yeah. It feels like turbulent, but it doesn't at the same time. Because, like, I can tell you most likely who's starting Jesse Marsh's... Like, if everyone's healthy, I could probably tell you who's starting for Jesse Marsh.
But it's like,
good? Exactly. And that's the point I was getting to. Is like, but is that our... Because we're sitting here disagreeing with a lot of the decision that he has made. I don't obviously know how everybody in Canadian soccer, like, the fandom feels.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe we're kind of the minority or we're the majority, or I don't know. But we're sitting here disagreeing with a lot of things of Jesse Marsh.
From what I have gathered from the other Twitter nerds,
I
think a lot of people are feeling the same way about a majority of things. I think the 4-4-2 is a huge question mark for pretty much everybody.
I think everybody's kind of like, what are we doing?
I think Crepeau, like the Crepeau-Sinclair debate is also...
I think it's over now.
Yeah.
Because there used to be that debate. I think we now know.
And I understood it then, but it's just kind of, we've seen it in key moments.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like I'm slandering Sinclair because I've also seen him play super, super well. Yeah. It's just, there's something about international competition or knockout football that does something to people.
Yeah, some guys just like Ochoa, they just rise, and that feels like, to me, like Max, he just goes up a level.
Yeah,
to being just he's just a beast. Yeah, you know, and. Yeah,
I want whatever that man's taken before the games because holy, he's different.
Crepeau's on like the Jamie Vardy diet of just like 3 Red Bulls before a game.
But it's like watching some Canadian guy go out and arguably pocket like a post World Cup Argentina.
Yeah,
just because he could.
Yeah, he just did.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do you want to talk about our defense a little bit? Because I feel like our defense is probably our best spot on the pitch, but I do have concerns within our defense.
I'm going to air this out. We've had some kind of crazy takes about our defense.
No, us never. Crazy takes?
I don't. I think we're going to let the people decide because I think you and I have said some, I mean, positive, but like some pretty ambitious things about our fullbacks.
I think on paper, we've had this conversation. I think our fullback pairing is one of the best in the world.
No, say it. Say it.
I think our fullback pairing is the best in the world.
Exactly. It's the best in the world, baby. If not us, then who?
But when you actually break it down, I don't think it's a terrible take.
No, I agree with you. However, it's just it sounds
absurd.
Sounds sacrilegious almost, but then you
kind of look at it.
I hate to phrase it like this, but when you deep it.
When you look, okay, so left back Alphonso Davies is
no question.
He's the best left back in the world.
It's just
if not, he's top 3 at worst.
I think like the only players I really like. I think a Nuno Mendes right now.
Yeah,
phenomenal. But it's kind of like,
Alphonso Davies better. Deep it.
Yeah.
And then right back, I think I'm not going to make the claim that Alistair Johnston is the best right back in the world, but I think he's one of the most underrated right backs in the world.
He's so good,
and he just he had a bad Gold Cup, which I was very critical of, but that's like the only time I've seen him not perform well.
Yeah.
Like Celtic, he hasn't put a foot wrong. Before Celtic, when he was in the MLS, didn't put a foot wrong. And with Canada, outside of this Gold Cup, hasn't put a foot wrong. He was the only Canadian to be named in the Copa America team of the tournament.
Which, kind of egregious for some other players.
Yeah, but it shows you how good Johnston is.
Well, you look at like the FIFA World Best nominations, and the fact that he was in there playing for Celtic is kind of...
Yeah,
I don't know about you. I did a double take when I saw that.
Dude, I saw the nominations at first, and hours later, my dad sent me, did you see Johnston's in the nominations for the Best 11? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I literally was like, huh? Like, that just shows you how much I was like, I saw the nominations, and Alistair Johnston, I I must have just passed him by. Like, I don't know how because I wasn't expecting that. And he was, so my point here is, our fullbacks are elite.
And it's, you look at them as a pairing, they offer so much. Like, I think Alistair Johnston's a lot more of a conventional fullback.
100%.
Very defensive-minded, physical, doing everything. But he can still go forward. He can do whatever you need. Alphonso Davies is Alphonso Davies. There's nothing that needs to be said.
Yeah. The only thing that concerns me with Alphonso Davies is when he starts playing his hero ball.
Which I will say, I think should be less of an issue if we switch our formation.
So do I.
And I don't want to say don't put that pressure on him, but I don't think he'll need to.
Because in the Copa, I thought he was very good. He was very good defensively, too. I mean, our defense in that Copa was amazing. I mean, we were, not that I'm like a massive stats guy, but our stats were very good for that tournament.
You just look at the teams we played and how we defended.
Yeah, like our defense is our defense and Crepeau, in my opinion, is kind of what got us to where we were in that tournament.
1000%.
But yeah, Alphonso Davies, that's what concerns me with Alphonso Davies, is when things aren't going Canada's way, is Alphonso Davies going to play his quote-unquote hero ball?
Yeah.
Or is he going to go, you know what, I think the guys got this, and I can help the team. I don't have to be the team.
I think it's funny because he's coming off of a serious injury, yet I feel zero concern. I think he'll be fine.
As long as he's fine. I mean, he's already back on grass, so I was
like he's training.
He's training. They're thinking October, November he could be back.
It's kind of crazy.
So hopefully our
boy is different.
Hopefully he can now stay healthy.
Yeah. I think he will.
Heading into it. But yeah, our fullbacks, I'm going to say it again. I think our fullbacks are the best fullback pairing in international football.
Yeah, agreed.
Dude, if we crash on the group stage and Alphonso Davies and Alistair Johnston are at fault for our crashing out,
won't happen.
We're deleting this entire podcast.
It won't happen. It won't happen. It'll be fine. They'll do great. They'll do great.
Let's move a little bit to our center backs, because I think healthy, we know our starting center backs.
Yeah.
But my concern is not healthy.
Yeah. I think we're seeing a lot of those guys come back to health. And I think we have quality center backs. I just think they're in really weird positions in their career.
Yeah, Bombito to me has all the makings to be a genuinely a top tier center back.
Yeah.
I think him playing at Nice is very good right now. I think it's a good club for him to test himself at.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've never been to Nice, but apparently it's a beautiful place to live.
Yeah. His rise has been crazy.
Yeah, he just came that is the best thing I think Jesse Marsh has done is give a guy like Bombito the reins and just go, the spot is literally yours to lose. And Bombito, to his credit, didn't just sit there and go, ooh, it's my spot. He was like, all right,
he stepped up.
Yeah, I'm going to step up. And he's been a national treasure, Moise Bombito.
I mean, he is he's so intelligent as a defender, but he's quick.
He's quick too.
Rapid.
Yeah. And then his partner, I think, healthy, is Derek Cornelius.
Yeah.
And I always feel bad because I feel like Derek Cornelius kind of gets I don't want to say shafted, but he kind of gets like not as much plaudits because he's next to Bombito.
Well, it's like we have such a star-studded. He almost fills the role of like we have these stars and then the other guy.
Yeah,
which is so unfortunate because he's been great for us. He has been. He's just I don't want to. It's not even that he's not at that level. It's just Bombito looks so good. We have world class. Best fullbacks, best fullback pairing in the world, no debate. Find me another pairing. You're wrong.
Man, we're gonna get killed at this.
But speak for yourself. I think
we're good.
This fullback pairing will win us the World Cup.
Okay, that is your opinion.
That is
that is a fact. No. Cornelius.
Yeah.
Back to Cornelius. I do think he's good. I'm very much like him. My concern, as it has always been, is if one of those guys or both those guys aren't available.
Yeah.
Who is stepping up to be our center backs? I know right now everyone is high on Defougerol, and fair play. He has looked good for Canada when he has played. My concerns, take a shot every time I say my concerns. My concerns is he's another player that's going to a new league. This will be his first time really playing pro properly because he's yet to really play pro outside of Canada, like the national team. Because with Fulham, he's been with their like youth setup.
Fulham prison.
Yeah, Fulham prison. And then he was injured for a lot of last season. So hoping he can stay healthy. I'm just kind of looking and going, can he do it week in, week out in Belgium? That's where he's been loaned to. And then also, can he stay healthy to be, in my opinion, he would probably be our third choice center back. But hey, if he comes in and is like, we can't not start this guy, then fair play. But I just look, I'm like, okay, so you're essentially, if Bombito or Cornelius goes out, we're relying on a pretty young and unproven at the moment Luc Defougerol to anchor the defense.
It's so unfortunate because from what I've seen, he looks very good in Belgium.
Yes.
He just looks, and this says nothing about his ability as a player. He looks like a baby deer. He looks
Please expand.
I look at the kid and he looks so young. I worry irrationally as a fan.
Like he's not mature enough?
Yeah, I look at him next to an Alistair Johnson, a Moise Bombito, a Derek Cornelius, and I'm like, this guy could be the best in the world, and I'm just scared because he looks. I don't want to say he looks small because he doesn't look small or tiny. It's just I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah,
I think he's like a defensive Kone to me in the sense that we have a player there.
Yeah, we just need to see it.
And I cannot emphasize enough how much we have to develop and foster that.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think his confidence is going to be down after those penalty misses.
Yeah, those are tough. Credit to him for stepping up both times.
I agree.
Those were tough ones to take at such a young age.
Player who hasn't really had a lot of professional experience, that kills careers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hope it doesn't. But now moving away from Defougerol, who else do we have at the center back? Because I know I will get shot for this opinion.
Is this Mr. Miller?
Kamal Miller. I'm sorry. To me, he should be our third choice center back. I think he has done more than enough to be our third choice center back. I know everyone says Defougerol, and okay, fine. I will concede. I still personally think it should be Kamal as our third choice because I do think Cornelius and Bombito have both kind of leveled up a little bit, whereas Kamal hasn't.
To me, there is a degree of separation between Miller and our two starters.
Yes, but then I think that then there's a separation between Miller and the other guys.
I agree.
I would say Kamal Miller should be our third choice. Kamal Miller isn't even a consistent call-up under Jesse Marsch.
Which is
baffling to me. Because, okay, if you don't want to be your starter, then that's fair. Yeah. But to not have a guy like Kamal Miller in the locker room as an option is crazy.
We don't need 5 strikers.
Yeah. Look, we need 5 center backs, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You expect your center backs to get injured, to get into foul trouble. Bring more.
Yeah, bring an extra center back.
Yeah.
Joel Waterman, I've been critical of him. I thought he had a good showing within the moments he got over the summer, whether it was the Canadian Shield or the Gold Cup. For me personally, he's just not
at that
level.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, you're looking at like a Zach McGraw, a Kyle Hebert, who I think are good players, but Jesse Marsh hasn't even. I mean, he called up Kyle Hebert once, and has called up Zach McGraw, I believe, once.
Bar.
What can I say?
Yeah.
So I kind of just look, and I'm like, maybe Jamie Knight-LaBelle, because I know Jesse Marsh has been really trying to foster that relationship and him, but once he kind of lies in the Diffuseral camp of like, you can see that there's a player, but just like, is he too young at the moment? And hey, a lot can change in the next less than a year before World Cup. Maybe we're looking at Jamie Knight-LaBelle and Luke Diffuseral and going, okay, maybe these two should be our starting center backs.
I think that's the thing, because we have our two starters locked down right now. So how do you find the time to foster these young players with tremendous upside?
Yeah.
And I feel like Kamal Miller must feel really hard done by in this national team. And he's been a champ about it. I haven't seen him complain once.
No, and anytime he has played for Canada, he has like said that it's been an honor to represent.
Yeah.
Like he's just I love Kamal Miller, dude. Like,
and I agree with you. It's kind of tough because I agree with you in theory that he should be third.
Yeah.
But I also think when you have this, like, you know, we're complaining, but this is by far the best Canada has ever been.
Oh, 100, like it's not even like
it's not close.
The fact that we can sit here and complain about this stuff just shows how kind of blessed we are in a sense.
Yeah.
With how good our squad is now.
Ask anybody who isn't like extremely biased, they will say this is by far the best Canadian team ever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even if they are biased, they like
you have to bend the knee.
You just have to go, yes, this is the most talented and best team we've literally ever had, both on paper and even on the pitch.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It just is. You
exactly.
know?
And
like,
I think it's you have to balance having your two starters, fostering a player like Diffuseral or Jamie Knight-LaBelle, while also giving Kamal Miller those minutes to either help mentor them or just keep his legs fresh.
Yeah, because when John Herman was still in charge, it felt like Kamal Miller was our center back for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And now it feels like we're like, is Kamal Miller even going to be getting caps in the next 5 years? Is Kamal Miller even going to be at the World Cup if he's healthy?
At this point, it really doesn't seem like it, and I feel like that's a huge miss.
Yeah, I think it's a massive miss. Although I will say, Jesse Marsh, I don't think will be in with Canada much longer. I think after the World Cup, I think he might be bidding us a farewell. So maybe a coach change could change the perception around some guys, or maybe it won't. We don't know. That's literally just pure speculation.
It's so unfortunate because you don't want to switch a coach so soon before a World Cup, but it feels like a waste. We have these guys aren't getting any younger. A lot of these guys are getting to the point where age is going to be affecting them.
Well, look at Jonathan David is now he'll be 26.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday Jonathan David was like that 21, 22-year-old.
Yeah.
And we have still gone without really I want to say without accomplishing anything, because there have been accomplishments within the program, of course. But when the talk around Canada has been getting a trophy for the last 2 years, and we have fumbled that on, off the top of my head, 4 occasions.
Yeah.
And I don't count the Canadian Shield. Please, let's not count the Canadian Shield, because that does not count.
They're reps for players.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a fun, friendly tournament that they did. That does not count.
Yeah.
Before people start coming at me going, well, we won the Canadian... Well, it doesn't count.
It's the way I see it, we look great until stuff matters.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the best team on paper.
Yeah.
You know, like, on paper, you look at us and you go, shoot, Canada's sick. And then, like, when the light... As stupid as it is,
brightest.
When lights are brightest, we haven't really shown that we can do it. Like, when expectations are on us to do something, we haven't. I know I kind of was a bit critical on our Copa America. Lights weren't on us at all. There was zero expectation, and we went well.
Yeah.
Gold Cup comes around, Nations League comes around, expectations on Canada.
Yeah.
And we crashed out of both badly.
I think we don't benefit from playing differently to other CONCACAF or even CONMEBOL teams.
Yeah.
I think they play. I mean, you look at us play against Mexico, and I'm not even trashing Mexico because they win.
Yeah, like we can't, for whatever reason, we can't perform against Mexico.
And I just we know they're going to be scrappy. They're going to do whatever they need to do to win it. And we should be doing that too.
Exactly.
I'm not saying sacrifice the soul of the team. Like, if we want to play like this, play like this. But we can't play the way we want to play and then get mad when they do what they want to do and win.
Exactly.
You have the opportunity to change, to adapt.
Yeah, and it still feels like we struggle in CONCACAF, and we are a CONCACAF team, and yet we always seem to struggle in CONCACAF, which maybe then, in that sense, maybe we can be positive about the World Cup because we might not be playing CONCACAF teams for a bit.
Guys, we don't have to play Curacao. We get to play France.
Dude, the absolute, the insanity of us losing to, a Guatemala, but then beating France in the World Cup would actually be peak.
Levels.
That would be peak. Saying. I'm concerned about the group stage
me too.
because I really think it all depends on who we draw against.
Yeah.
I think our enjoyment of this upcoming World Cup is dependent on who else is drawn within our group.
Yeah. I think, and this is so, this is a lifetime ago at this point. But you look at last World Cup.
Yeah.
And we did not do well on paper, but you look at the teams in that group.
Yeah.
Belgium also didn't do well, but that was were they first at the time? I think world ranking or second?
Yeah, they were up there.
Yeah, they were at lowest third or fourth.
Yeah, going into that tournament, yeah.
And then we had the two semifinalists?
Yeah, Croatia and Morocco both went to the semis.
Yeah, which is just absurd.
Yeah. So, and that was kind of, at least retrospect, looking back, it's I guess, that anyone would struggle in that group.
But it's I don't know, man.
We won't have that bailout this time around, I don't think. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. But also, I don't really want us to rely on that bailout because I think we need to because I don't know if you saw, but FIFA changed it. It's no longer 3-team group stage. It's 4-team group stage again with all top 2. And I can't remember the exact amount, but a certain amount of third place finishes making out the group stage to go into a round of 32.
It's a very weird...
It's a weird format, but my point being here is there is literally no excuse for us not to make it out the group.
Yeah.
And maybe I might change that if we draw against Brazil, Germany, and I don't know, give me another team, I don't know, whoever, a tough team, then maybe that changes. But I think we kind of need, I think we need to get out the group. And I think that's a successful World Cup.
Not even,
and that's me 9-10 months out.
That's not even controversial. We're ranked, 28th in the world?
Yeah.
We have no business being we did okay.
Yeah.
This is a team that we should start considering ourselves as a good team who should be, aspiring for more.
Yeah.
We can't play around and be we're Canada. We have world-class talent.
Yeah.
Multiple world-class talents.
Yeah.
We should be using them. We should be winning games. We shouldn't be whining or complaining or just sitting back, not doing what we know these players can do.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is 10 months out from the World Cup, so that could change going into the World Cup. But right now, I just look, I'm I think bare minimum, we got to make it out the group. Because obviously Canada's only been a part of 2 World Cups, and we haven't even ever racked up a point in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get a point at least first.
That's embarrassing.
That's kind of crazy.
I understand the last, I understand we had such a long drought.
Yeah.
And I understand that we had issues with the last World Cup because we got drawn into the group of death when you look at it.
Yeah, quite literally.
It's just embarrassing for a team of our quality to say we've done nothing in the World Cup. I mean, that Alphonso Davies goal,
greatest goal of all time,
peak.
Literally.
Yeah. No, where were you when?
Yeah, no, literally.
But we need to do more. The fact that we have nothing
to show for it,
group, at all.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me, and that's where I think that's what we'll kind of see what the group is kind of made of. Yeah. Whichever group Jesse Marsch selects, I don't think it's going to be much different of a group than we've seen him been selecting.
Yeah.
But whatever group he selects, and I think we're going to learn a lot about Jesse Marsch of what can Canada do going into this World Cup.
Yeah.
And then, And then you kind of look at where we can go from that World Cup, because Canada's soccer development cannot stop there. It needs to continue. The CPL needs to continue on and continue to hopefully expand and grow and give guys opportunity.
Yeah.
Same with the NSL on the women's side. I know this has been mainly talked about the men's World Cup, but the NSL, same kind of thing. It needs to keep growing and keep just survive at least the first couple of. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I mean, you're a new league in a not soccer heavy nation.
Well,
you need to kind of get out. You need to get out the woods, and then we'll kind of talk about stuff.
Yeah. Why aspire? Like, saying why aspire sounds so detrimental, but you need to focus on surviving.
Yeah, for at least like the first year or two, right?
Honestly, more. You need to build your foundation. You need to build a very solid foundation. Because like even the CPL, I think, is doing well, but they're not like. They need to do more so they can expand, so they can foster this identity and talent. Yeah,
like we still have 8 teams in the CPL.
Yeah.
We need, man, I still think we could genuinely double that.
Yeah.
Honestly, and maybe that's an absurd, and I don't mean double it overnight, obviously. But I think that we could genuinely double that and have like 16.
There are markets, there are players.
Yeah, like we've seen that there are many players, there are many markets, like we can develop it.
Yeah.
I think it would just be a matter of doing it, because I remember they were talking about adding teams and whatnot and expanding like before the World Cup.
Yeah.
We're approaching, I don't want to say the end of this CPL season, but we're more than halfway through this CPL season, and there's been no word on an expansion team starting next season, like official word. There's been rumors and rumblings, but my point being is we need to continue to grow the game past this World Cup that we are hosting.
Yeah.
And I hope that we do, and I hope that people don't just give up on it after this. And who knows, maybe we're world champions at the end of it all.
We will be.
We will be. Yeah. We have Alphonso Davies
with the best fullback pairing in the world.
we have Alphonso Davies and Alistair Johnston. Yeah. What more do you need? And Jonathan David, in all fairness.
Yeah.
We have the best striker. We have the best fullbacks. What more do you need?
Dude, we're Arsenal fans.
Oh, no.
We have the best striker. We have the best fullbacks.
We
have the best Saliba in the world.
Oh, no. What have you won? Oh, no. Oh, man. It kills me. We're about to end it on talking about Arsenal.
It's just a realization had to be made. We gotta, I don't know, man. I think being a Canada fan is weird. You have to, you cannot treat this team like they can't do anything.
Yeah, last World Cup, it was okay to kind of treat us like, okay, like whatever happens, and we're just happy. Whereas now, since then, like 2023 onwards, like ever since we lost the Nations League final to the US, brackets, we should have won that, but we didn't, whatever. Post that, we can no longer now be sitting here going, oh, well, what else did we expect, guys? Like, no, we cannot be doing that anymore. We have to hold the team, the coaches, the federation, I don't want to say accountable, because
we do.
Like,
we do.
Yeah. I was going to say it sounds dramatic, but now I'm like, well, there's really no other way to put it.
Tighten up.
Lock in, for lack of a better term. Like,
we don't know if we're going to see this again. Like, we have phenomenal players, generational players. I mean, you look at what Davies is doing at Bayern. I mean, we haven't seen. I mean, Jonathan David's got a goal and an assist at Juve already.
Yeah, in preseason so far. Yeah,
well, I mean, still.
Yeah. I mean, even before that though, what he was doing at Lille is like.
Well, you look at the last Champions League run.
Yeah,
like who he scored against, what he was doing.
Yeah,
these are players like top nations would want.
Yeah. Quite literally,
yes. And we're just sitting here, for lack of a better term, I hate to be so blunt, just pissing it away.
Yeah. Just kind of going, okay, like, it's fun. We're not expected to.
Yeah.
I think now we need to, obviously I'm not saying we need to expect to win the World Cup, because obviously then you're setting up an unrealistic expectation for yourself.
Yeah.
But past the World Cup, I think, at the World Cup, we need to perform.
Yeah.
And then, go from there. But then past the World Cup, I think we should already have a couple trophies in the cabinet already.
Yeah.
But after the World Cup, we need to be looking and going, okay, we need a Gold Cup. We need a Nations League.
Yeah.
If we get back invited to the Copa America, we need to make another run in the Copa. Not to say to win it again, but like Gold Cup and Nations League within the next 2 years, like the next round of those competitions, we have to be winning them.
I don't mean for this to sound delusional, but when we enter a competition, we should say we are going to win this competition. I don't care if there are far better teams on paper or in practicality. If we get invited to a Copa, we have to say we are going to do everything in our power to win that Copa.
Yeah.
I don't care if Brazil's having a renaissance or Argentina's still doing their thing.
Yeah.
This is something we need to push for.
Okay. Damn.
And we can talk about on paper that's not a reality, but to have players like these and not go into literally everything saying we are going to win, we will never improve as a nation. If we
I agree with. Yeah, that is true. You can't. I guess, in a sense, you can't go into a competition with the expectation of like, well, we don't have to win this.
I'm not, and I mean, we've spoken about Marsh, and I'm not even talking about him specifically, but I'm not saying if we lose this Copa, fire the coach.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
every time you don't win a competition, you're gone. No one wants a job anymore.
We've lost one game. Get out.
Get out.
But it's just we can't be like, we're trying to make it to the semis. Like, you can have realistic goals, but you should be telling these guys, go in there and fight to win.
Yeah.
Because it seems like we're not doing that, and I just don't understand why.
No, it is strange because that Gold Cup felt like, I mean, both the Gold Cup and the Nations League felt like it was like, we're going in to win. But did they believe that? And then we kind of went out, and then the excuses came in.
Where's the urgency?
Yeah, like you said earlier, these windows, they're not getting, like, windows don't get longer. Windows get exponentially shorter. Alphonso Davies is now coming up to... He's 25 now? He's the same age as Jonathan David, right? Yeah, so 25 will be 26 next World Cup. Yeah. Like, we're coming up on the ages where these guys, they're entering like their peak years, and we won't have them at their best for the next 10. We're going to have them at their best for the next 5.
Well, even David's a bit of a different scenario, but Davies specifically, a player who is like so rapid. You cannot expect that for like even 5 years.
Yeah.
Like maybe because I think he's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player.
Yeah.
But it's just you cannot expect that of him. You hope, but you cannot plan for that. So I don't know why we're just wasting it.
It is baffling to me because these guys, we've been blessed. We have genuinely been blessed with this crop of talent.
Yeah.
And it kills me because it really feels like we're throwing it away a little bit. And I hope that I'm proven wrong, and maybe we are the next Gold Cup champions, the next Nations League champions. We have a good run in the World Cup.
We should be.
And I think we should, right? And I think that now needs to be the expectation around us. And I don't mean in a performative sense of where it's like we do all these interviews with all these outlets and we go, oh yeah, like I think we're the favorites. No, like you need to believe it and not just show it. Yeah. How do you know you're a champion? Because you've won the trophy. Yeah. You have the gold medal.
Just look at the way top nations conduct themselves.
Yeah.
We are nowhere near that right now. We have the players. I think it's a little critical to say we don't have the coach. I think Marsh either needs to smarten up or step aside.
Yeah. My only concern with coach is I just don't know who we get after Jesse Marsh.
Zidane.
Sean Dyche. I'm a big fan of Sean Dyche. Bring Sean Dyche to Canada.
There is a world where I can see that.
I could see Sean Dyche before I see Zidane.
Yeah, bold statement.
Yeah, hot take.
I mean, we know Ancelotti has ties to Canada. We just gotta get him out of that Brazil job.
Ancelotti, why don't you say, who cares about Vinicius?
Yeah,
you have Tajon Buchanan.
All I'm saying.
All I'm saying, Carlo.
There's levels.
All I'm saying.
Your wife's from Vancouver. Pay us a visit.
We have Alphonso Davies.
Come on the pod. Next episode.
That's a Maple Footy promise.
Yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti will be on the next episode.
You are going to learn next episode what a Maple Footy promise means. He's either going to be here or he's not. That's up to you guys. Like and subscribe.
I was crossing my fingers as well when I said it was a promise, so don't expect Carlo Ancelotti.
I was not. He will be here.
Then you better be here next episode, buddy.
It is a concern. It's selecting a manager is so tough.
It's tough because it's hard to get it right.
It's hard to get it right, but it's kind of with players. It's a lot easy to measure what is like. You can measure valuables, or I guess it's the term measurables.
Yeah.
coaches, managers, it's way harder.
Tough, yeah.
Because you have to know who gels with who. You'll see a system. Yeah, but it's kind of like you can pluck somebody, put them in there with a system. I mean, look at Pochettino in the States.
Yeah, it has not worked at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, proven manager. You can argue his status, but like,
he has shown that he can get
yeah.
a degree of success.
But it's like you should go to a nation like the States, and that should not, like, he should have made them far better, and it's just not working.
It's not worked at all.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying Canada needs to go out and we need to get the best manager on, because that, once again, unrealistic. Well, we need to go out and get the best manager that we can get.
I also don't even think it'd work if we went for like a marquee signing. I just don't think. I don't think they'd gel. I think it's too different. You need a manager who wants to be here.
Yeah.
Like this would literally never happen. But like,
Carlo.
no, well, that's what I mean, because like he has ties to the nation, and it's like in a perfect world where we can throw like $1 billion at that guy.
Well, yeah. In a perfect world, yeah, I'd love Carlo Ancelotti.
No, but I'm saying, I mean, like somebody who wants to be here, who has ties to the nations, who understands, like, at least the players.
Yeah. Like, and this isn't me saying we were sacking Jesse Marsch, but I think it is a realistic expectation to think that Jesse Marsch probably will not be our national team manager past the World Cup.
Well, unless this World Cup goes really well, like we make it far into the tournament.
Even if it does, I think he's like, usually, I mean, a national team manager doesn't usually stick around for more than 2-3 years.
Yeah.
After the World Cup, he will have been here for 2 years. And if he does well enough, good club offers will come in. And there's more money at the club level, of course. So it's a fine, like, I'm not blaming him or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a realistic thing of being like, well, we need to. And once Marsch is gone, or if Marsch does stay, something needs to change in the management to players, to team, all around, to make us go mentality switch.
Well, that's the thing. I think Marsch could foster that mentality. I just don't think he can with this current formation and team, if that makes sense. We have the players. He just needs to play them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue, is he can drum up this feeling or support within the team, but if you're still playing a 4-4-2 and you're not playing the guys in form doing well,
then what's the point?
Like, to me, as you said, Nelson should be starting.
On form, Nelson should be starting. But he's
play a guy
he
like
got
that.
Like no minutes in the Gold Cup. Bassong, even he came in and filled in for Adekubi greatly, and then he was like our only good performer against Curaçao, and then we didn't see him again in the Gold Cup.
Yep. Make it make sense.
Yeah, what does that show you as a player, right?
Yeah, like, I understand why so many of I say fringe players, they shouldn't be fringe players, but like these guys who will get maybe 1 or 2 appearances, maybe 60, 70 minutes, and then they're just done for the tournament.
Yeah, we don't see them again in a tournament. Like, even Saliba to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Like, because he did end up playing again, but he played our first 2 games, then didn't play in the last group game, and then came off the bench with like 10 minutes to go against Guatemala.
It's insulting.
Yeah. It's quite frankly, it doesn't make sense. And
like, he looked great.
Yeah.
I feel like. Yeah. And then they just kind of binned him.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Anderlecht, I guess. I don't know. Like,
We're banishing you. I mean, it's good for him. It's great for him.
Yeah, Anderlecht is genuinely a great move. But it's just very insane to me that he just okay, bye.
Yeah.
You Jesse Marsch, if you're listening, I think the whole point of this is to say I'm a concerned fan that thinks our team can actually achieve something within the next couple years, and probably should have already achieved some of these things. So please do not waste this generation. And if Jesse Marsch isn't our manager come like end of 2026, whoever it is, please let it be
Carlo, help us. Save us, Carlo.
Yeah, please let it be Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Two Canadians talking about soccer, not hockey.
Nope.
Insane. New hockey podcast about to drop. Well, I will say, thank you for coming on and yapping with me.
Thank you for having me.
Literally anytime. Except for next episode, because that's Carlo's episode. But after that, anytime.
I'll be there for the Carlo episode. You won't hear me, but I'll be there.
John's just like in the room.
You'll feel the presence.
But yeah, man. And if you listening enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll bring John on more often. And if you don't, then John, this is his last episode ever.
Prison.
He goes to prison. He goes to Maple Footy prison. But yeah, if you enjoy, follow along on all the socials, Maple Footy Pod, everywhere, and subscribe on whichever listening platform you're listening to this on. And yeah, outside of that, until next time, cheers, everyone.
And that was your Maple Footy podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Check my socials for any and all future updates. Remember to support Canadian football, be kind, and until next time, live, laugh, little.